Final contestant, Nodine. Dealing with disappointment. Dealing with disappointment, Nodine.
You turn on TV, 187 channels, nothing to watch. You go to the video store, 6,000 tapes, nothing of interest. The other night I was packing away some VCR tapes of movies, and I thought, well, I'll just put a couple in the machine and run them backwards. I put in Jaws, the movie Jaws, and it was about a great white shark that kept going around throwing up people. I put in the movie Godfather. It was about rich Italians that became poor and moved back to Italy. Mr. Contest Master, fellow Toastmasters, and certainly welcome guests. All my life I've been dealing with disappointment. I almost went broke buying books on how to be rich. I spent a small fortune on motivational books. One day I was in a bookstore and I saw a book titled How to Deal with Disappointment. I took it home, opened the box. It was empty. The way I found out to deal with this disappointment is to look at life as it is and look at yourself as you are and come to terms with it. I have heard all my life, practice makes perfect. Then someone told me there's nobody perfect. I quit practicing. Oh, I tried going the extra mile. I found it disappointing and exhausting. While I was pulling myself forward, people that were smart and intelligent were already there, pushing me back. I let them. It occurred to me it's the second mouse that gets the cheese. It also occurred to me that a diamond is just a lump of coal that's sat there. Now that's a plan I could work with. So for many years, I sat there. Nothing happened. Well, a couple of things happened. Every morning before my wife went to work, she would come in and wake me up and say, Jay, you're a piece of work, and I suggest you find something today. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to tell you, I discovered if you're on a career path to become a diamond, it's not a good thing to have a wife. I've also discovered that my wife is a great motivational speaker. What she said was, Jay, you find a job or I quit mine. It was that short inspirational talk that I began to look for work. My first approach was to find a headhunter. And the first question he asked me was, how much do you expect to make, Mr. Nodine? How much do you expect to earn? Just for laughs, I said $300,000. He laughed. He said, oh, Mr. Nodine, you're selling yourself far too short. I wouldn't ask for anything less than $350,000. Folks, let me tell you, when you're asking for $350,000, you have to send out a lot of resumes. For a long time, I sent out resumes. Then I began to rent space on my resumes for other jobs. And then one day, my wife says, Jay, go to work. So I found a job for $350,000. The only one I could find was a balloon animal adoption agency. We did good work there. We brought in a lot of deformed and deflated animals. And we did what we could for them. We put them back together. We gave them a breath of fresh air and a new twist on life. Then we put them up for adoption. Pretty soon we ran out of ceiling space. We couldn't find homes for many of them. Then we got word from our that said, cut overhead. The only thing left to do was pop them. I popped myself right out of work. It was a sad day. When I left the agency that morning, there was a dark, heavy cloud hanging over the agency building. And before I could get to my car, buckets of rain came pouring down. And I was soaked to the bone. And I looked up in the sky and I said, why me, God? And there was this clap of thunder and the voice said, I don't know, Jay, there's just something about you I don't want.